Did you know that streaming has become one of the fastest growing industries in the world? There's millions of viewers tuning into live stream, so there's never been a better time to start your own channel. And saying that is a lot easier said than done. So why aren't you streaming? And what could you do to give yourself that little bit of push to hit that go live button? Let's talk about it. Hey everybody, my name is Blaze, and today I want to talk about streaming, live streaming in general. This is whether you've been playing video games for a while, just starting out, maybe it's fitness or other type of lifestyle or personality videos. Whatever it is, streaming can be a fun and rewarding way to not only express your creativity, but to also connect with other like-minded individuals that would also share your similar passions. And I know what you're thinking, well, can I really do this? Am I good enough? But all the discussion about the right equipment and what you actually need to get started in today's age, 2024, if you have a phone, which most of us here do, then you're pretty much ready to get started. And besides, these are all common concerns that I guarantee almost every streamer has had. But rest assured, with the right mindset and a little effort, anyone can become a streamer, especially if I can. And let me tell you why. A little personal story. The biggest advantages of live streaming is discovering who you are, really, and what your own passions are to begin with. Not only do you build a awesome community while live streaming, you also start to gain a sense of exactly what you want to do with your own life. When you start discussing with other people, you find out that, hey, this maybe the similar interest would be something to pursue long term. Let's say you never knew about a community revolving around a certain game that you've now been introduced to because of live streaming. All of these are little ways to really define yourself and your personality because you connect with these people and these fellow enthusiasts really about certain passions, projects, or work. It doesn't have to be necessarily around a game. Let's say you're into fishing and you play fishing games. You might discover a similar community there. Maybe you have an interest in interior design or fashion and you play Dress Me Up and you discover similar community members in there. And all of a sudden you start finding out that you have all of these great potentials to share and thrive in these communities with. So all of a sudden now you start realizing that, hey, maybe what I like to do and what I actually want to be is actually possible because the community builds you up in a certain way, right? I think it's also birds of a feather flock together type of a mindset. The internet in itself is a very expansive and connecting technology. So it makes sense when you go live and you're sharing what you like to do, you're going to come across these people who become friends through the same passions that you have. And so you start to discover more and more about yourself. You realize, hey, I really like talking about fishing or fashion, interior design. For me, I like to talk about gaming, AI, cannabis. And that's why I eventually landed on a name, Blaze and Plays. Pretty self-explanatory. Shout out to all those that time my lives, so you know why. The channel point redeems there, they just fit. And you will discover that for yourself as well. This is all part of this streaming journey, right? And also why I believe you should also become a streamer and start hitting go live, start creating content. It doesn't have to be necessarily everywhere all the time. Focus on one platform and then expand from there. It's easy to get distracted with this new platform over there, the social media site over here. Just take your time and really focus on one specific place and then build. And then once you have the platform really defined to who you are, you'll be able to easily copy that brand image, because that's essentially what you've created at this point, to these other social media sites with no problem. Because you'll realize that you'll just have to copy and paste the image and the banners and all the descriptions from one place to another. Of course, with some nuances here and there, depending on the platform, right? The point is, you'll be able to really define your brand by first defining what you like to do and who you are. Because that's how you really grow, is sharing a passion to begin with. So if it's clear right off the cut what you like to do, it'll be a lot easier for your community to find you. And so using myself as an example again, I started streaming being very nervous, being very quiet. I am what you call an introvert, or at least I as a self-described one. Because outside of live streaming, outside of this desk, outside of this chair, if you ever meet me, you may see me way more reserved. And that is also something I'm working on. In addition, I just need to really emphasize how much live streaming has helped me open up and become a lot more people oriented instead of trying to shy away from people, you know what I mean? Because now I have interest in what other people like to do as well. And it gets even more exciting when I meet those that have similar interests and as me too. So It sort of made life become a real life game. Same aspects, you go on a journey, you meet new people, go on different adventures, maybe do a side quest or two. And that's essentially what live streaming has opened up for me. I would have never gotten into music production. I probably would not have gone back to school because a lot of those decisions had to be driven by confidence and just like strength training in the gym. You have to do reps consistently over time to get stronger, to get faster and better than you were the last time, right? So at this point, I think having a solid almost 2-3 years of streaming, it has allowed me to become a much more confident person when I hit go live. It helped me to push past that nervousness of hitting that go live button. And I'm not saying you need to do this every day. Just stay consistent. Create a schedule. I think a lot of the requirements nowadays have to be within 30 days. So start at least once a week. The reason why I know this is because we just enabled Suga's TikTok access through Streamlabs. And setting up the TikTok access for Suga is what inspired one of my videos, video over here. And she's required to go live twice in 2 weeks. So if anything, just use those requirements as your starting point. I know for many people, it takes a lot more work and encouragement to get to that point of hitting that go live button. And I understand. I was there. Would you believe that today, looking at me now, going to my live streams? Maybe a little bit. Don't get me wrong, it's not perfect. I still get fairly nervous just even looking at my OBS start streaming button, and I have to take a few deep breaths before I do. So even today, there's still a sense of going through the steps of, I got this. This is what I do. This is what I want to do. This makes me happy. Once I go live, everything just becomes so much more easier. And so really, it's just about that first step. Just do it. Go live. You got this. You can become a streamer, a content creator in whatever subject field you want to do. So I encourage you today, try it out. What do you have to lose? No one's going to care. No one's going to judge you. Just be yourself and hit go live. So what are your thoughts on streaming? Have you ever considered giving it a try? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more tips and tricks and to follow my own journey. Thanks. Later, y'all.